quick. The school I graduated from was North Central College. That's a proper amount of applause. Thank you for that, fuckers. Yeah, I actually graduated with a degree in philosophy. That's the proper amount of applause as well. Thank you. I'm expecting to get my degree in the mail, and there'll be like a picture of Chuck E. Cheese in the corner, and when I open up the envelope, 10 tokens are going to fall out. A little note that says, "Ride that helicopter, buddy." Yeah, I did take special classes to get my degree. I did take Disappointing Your Parents 101, Wasting Time and Money 303, and then I had to take a seminar called When the Fries Are Done. So I'll be here in 12 years. Thank you. My school was Methodist, but I didn't know how religious they were until I walked into the Science Center and it was completely empty, and there was just a banner written on the wall that said, "No." I didn't know how racist Naperville schools were until I was walking around during orientation. I saw this black guy wearing a shirt that said "Property of North Central College." I was like, because of the slavery. But I tried to be a good person. I ran right up to him. I was like, you can leave whenever you want. So I didn't make a lot of new friends. All right, you guys ready for your next comic of the evening? Good. She also works here when she's not performing. She's giving you your beverages. She's very funny. Please welcome to the stage Jessica Smith.
For Angela, your server. Unfortunately, there are not enough racists in Naperville for her to argue with, so she has to take real drugs, and they're expensive. So leave her good tips. So I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about myself. My family's Mexican, which is complicated, so I thought I'd explain that. What I mean is they're from Mexico, which is a country, not like the south side of Chicago. And I go to Mexico pretty frequently, and people always think I'm going for cheap drinks, and that's offensive. Not just because there's more to do in Mexico, but because I'm not an idiot. Like, if I wanted cheap drinks, I would just dress like a whore and publicly make out with Sigma Pies named Ashley, and then I'd get free drink. Free drink. Not even cheap drink. So I speak Spanish, not Mexican, which is a very popular question in the suburbs. And a lot of people think they understand it, but it can get complicated because of something called a false cognate, which is two words that are two words in two different languages that sound alike but have separate meanings. So like some words like pingüino, penguin, like even like public school kids could like get that. Like it's pretty easy, right? So it sounds similar. But other words sound similar and they're actually not. So like embarazada sounds a lot like embarrassed. Actually that means pregnant. So when my white friends would tell my mom and would tell my mommy that they were constantly pregnant, my mom pulled me out of school because she thought it was another white man's like epidemic. Grammar can change your life. Or another one, molestar. That means to annoy, but molest means a specific, like, kind of annoying. So, think about it. So, you can say, like, my brother's annoying me, but if you think you understood, you might translate it as my brother's molesting me. So, like, down south, that might be okay, but up Yankees, not okay. And false cognates can be, like, in any two languages. So, for example, in Hungarian, the word for kiss is pussy. And this is like an informal kiss on the cheek, hello or goodbye. So people leave the room and they say, pussy, pussy. And then you walk around Hungary, because I know you're probably all going to go to Hungary like super soon. So when you're walking around Hungary, everybody's saying pussy, 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 and then it doesn't feel like that different from being home. And another one that I really want you guys to remember, the word for yes in Amharic, a language spoken in Ethiopia, is ow. So if you're with an Ethiopian girl and she's saying ow, 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 don't stop, keep molesting her. So speaking of molesting, I was on a date the other day with this kind of like big, like athletic guy named Jason, and it was going okay. And then this Taylor Swift song came on, the one that's like "You Belong with Me." Yeah, you guys know that song? Not yet? Yeah, cool. Awesome. So that song came on, and Jason turns to me and goes, "Huh, this is like every fat girl's anthem in high school, huh?" Oh my God, he doesn't know. So the date takes a different turn. I don't offer him any of the Oreos for my purse. I order like a side salad, and like I sneak into the bathroom and like break into my emergency like donut provisions just to like get through it all. And I come back to the table, and he's looking at me like, "You have like white powder or something? What's on your face?" Busted. But it's okay because I'm a really quick thinker. So I said cocaine because I didn't want him to think less of me. So surprisingly, that date didn't work out. So I'm single. I'm assuming that was like a shocked silence, unless you're all like assholes. No offense, friends. Yeah, so I'm single, and I overheard these two guys talking, and one guy turned to the other. It was actually here. Are you guys here? I don't think they're here. Turned to the other and said, "You just need to," or turned to like his friend and said, "You just need to get laid." So that's awesome to overhear. So I walk past, and I say, "Oh, tell me about it." The guys like stop, stare at me, like jaws drop. And like, men, here's the thing. If your jaw is gonna drop, something awesome needs to come out of your mouth. Like, "Be my baby mama," or "You're hot," or like, I would also accept like, "Wow," like that is even okay. But no, this is what he says. "You have a vagina? You could get laid." Excuse me? It is not that easy. Okay, it's sort of that easy, but not really. Because like, even if you have like the world's like biggest sweet tooth, you don't just see like the first lollipop lying on the ground, pick it up and pop it in your mouth. Like, unless it's wrapped. But no, like anybody could go to like the corner store, get like a fistful of Dum-Dums for a quarter and call it a night. But I have standards. I want like that like awesome, like magnificent lollipop, like that one that like you see it and like you hear theme music and like you know there's gonna be like epic battles and like you will kill your sister for it because this is gonna be yours, and it gets like its own like Facebook tag, this lollipop, and you know that's the one you want. So like I'm waiting for that one. And like my friends tell me that I have really high standards, that I shouldn't be so picky, but like yeah, like I don't want to be a settler, because if there's one thing I learned from like history or like the Oregon Trail, like settlers have really bad fates. Like settlers get smallpox and die of like starvation, and they get dysentery. And I don't know what that is, but I'm not taking that home to Thanksgiving with me. Have a great night. My name's Jessica Smith.
That is a big mess that just happened right here. That's all right. Just make it hard for everyone else to walk up here. Jessica Smith, everybody. I'm going to tell you what I told Jimmy, lower your standards.